Hi, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Stardew Therapy, where we talk about everyday issues and hopefully you'll find some parts of it relatable and know that you're not alone in facing these issues, no matter where you are and who you are. So today we're going to be talking about a viewer submitted problem. It's very detailed and it really resonated with me, so thank you so much. I feel like capitalism has left me feeling no time to navigate other things in my life or allow me time to work on things that I actually care about. It really hurts me how challenging it is just to make a relevant and livable amount of money. I have a really deep love and passion for art, and I feel like it is a blessing to be given such an admiration for something in life, but I have barely any time to devote to it, and it drives me mad. I don't want to live just being a droid within the chains of this economic system that sucks out all your life force. I want to create beautiful and meaningful things. So thank you for writing such a detailed explanation on the problem that you have, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm not just saying it because, you know, I for the sake of the content, but it's true. Yes, and yes to everything that you just mentioned, because you really describe how I'm feeling right now. Having been working for about over a year since I graduated. So I graduated about over a year ago. I've been working, and it just feels very draining. Like, I feel that I lost all sense of like myself. Every day is the same thing. I wake up, I go to work, rinse and repeat. When I come home, I'm tired. I just watch some shows. Every day you do the same, and you're just looking forward to the Saturday, Sunday. I just do whatever I need to do. Watch my shows, create some content, try to enjoy that bit of time where I can be creative. But otherwise, it's just very monotonous. And whatever I'm doing, even though my colleagues are very nice, I feel that the situation might be even more worse if my colleagues are terrible and toxic. But I'm just glad that they are not that toxic. But it's painful. Every day you're just doing the same thing. It's very boring. And, you know, kind of make me question, how does all these people that I know, or all these adults that are older than me, do this for so long, for the rest of their life? Can you imagine that? You have to work for the rest of your life, and I can't imagine doing the same thing. And even if I change my job, I don't think I can enjoy whatever I'm doing, even if it's other kind of work. It's just, maybe it's my relationship with work. I don't enjoy it at all. The fact that I don't really feel meaningful. I don't own the fruits of my labor. I suppose you can argue that way. If you are working for someone, you still own the fruits of your labor, right? You own your performance and your rewards. But there's something different about it. Just doing my own content, creating videos, and at least I feel that I'm impacting someone's life. So I suppose this is something that is similar to what you're doing. Something that is meaningful, something that is beautiful. So it feels like working really sucks my soul out, and you know, it's terrible. I feel that I feel the most happiest when I create content. You know, being able to make connections with you guys, being able to have some sort of social or mental impact on people, and I'm never here for the fame or the money. And now that I'm working, right, I don't have as much time to do content. I started doing content when right after I graduate. So between graduation and working, I have about a 3 to 6 months break, if I'm not wrong. I forgot how long was that, because that was during COVID. I lost all sense of time. So it was pretty long. So I started creating content and I really enjoyed it. And now that I'm working, it's difficult. I can only spend my weekends doing all this content that I really love doing. But I can imagine for others who have a family, who have a partner, it's even tougher for them because your weekend is spent with your family, right? Because at the end of the day, they are your family. You spend time together during weekdays, nights. You are also having dinners together with your partner, right? So you are essentially left with very little time to yourself and to create your own project, your art or your content or whatever it is. So it is tough, man. And the fact that because of all these things, right, it kind of puts me off trying to find a relationship. As much as I feel lonely sometimes, I really treasure my time. I want to get my project and my content up and running for it to be successful so that I can make a living off of it. Yeah. But you know, just working, right, having work for over a year, it's painful, man. It's painful. It's just the cycle, rinse and repeat, and what and the in order for you to make this work, and what you mentioned is true, right? It's like, in order for you to retire or even have the time to do the creative content you need to do, you need to go deeper into the toxic cycle. You need to go deeper, work harder, work more, sacrifice your health and relationship to earn more money. And that is generally the more predictable route, right? That's like the easiest way to do it. Unless you get lucky, you find some good job that pays well enough for you and you're living below your means. But it's important to also consider there are a lot of things that you need to have in life, right? Do you want to have a child? Then that's one thing. Do you have the money to support the child? That's important, right? To support him all the way. And if you're in US, you're paying, I don't know, to 1/3 of a million, 1/4 of a million to just for college, which is absolutely ridiculous. And then there are other things like, can you pay for a house? Are you going to be subjected to your landlord's I don't know, willy-nilly price increases every year, every contract? Like, I would like to own a house so that I can be rest assured that I can, I don't know, when I'm old, I can just not be working, right? I can just retire. So there are so many things that you need to have. So at the end of the day, if you want to seek for work-life balance, to have more time for yourself, to really create more content so that you can have time for your family, have time for your partner, and have time for yourself. So it can be tough because typically for jobs who pay a lot more, it's that there might not be work-life balance. But that's not to say that there's no such thing. I mean, there could be work-life balance. You see some tech jobs have work-life balance and they pay a lot as well. But these are few and far between. So, and even if that is true and it is available, it's going to be in demand. Everybody is going to fight for it. Do you have the capabilities to get that? And in order to get to that level of capability or performance, you also have to slog like mad. You have to work long hours to do a lot of projects, to finish projects, so that you have the accolades and the achievement to justify them hiring you, right, in this such a good job that has work-life balance and high pay. So there's a lot of trade-off here, but generally, if you want to earn more, you have to work more, right? Otherwise, I mean, it's a trade-off and it's tough, and it kind of makes sense now because after thinking through all these things, right, you realize that, you know, sometimes, I think for those who are working, you might have heard of seen some adults, or throughout life you have seen some adults that just work for a living. They don't really care much about being happy or whatever it is, because they are working for a living to get the money to feed their child. They find meaning through their child or their family, and that's all. And it's interesting because I think they are at the end stage of this grieving cycle. The way I look at it is it's like a grieving cycle. You and I are kind of at the beginning of the grieving cycle where, you know, somebody has passed away, or you have entered this new environment and you have this revelation and you feel so outraged that how can this be happening? Everything is terrible. This sucks. Why am I doing this? I don't want to do this. I want to make content. I want to create art every day. But bit by bit you realize you can't escape this system. I mean, this capitalistic system is what drives the whole world, right? It's what makes us progress. So, you know, as time goes by, you realize there's a need for money to survive, and at the same time, you want to be creatively fulfilled. So there's a push and pull here. But at the end of the day, you need your basic Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? Shelter, food, sex, or whatever it is to survive. Hence, you need to make money, and that's how eventually you go from outrage, mad, into acceptance, into the 30-40-year-old adult that just, when you ask him the question, do you enjoy your work, then it just spirals into this long conversation of, I'm just, I give up on finding all these things. Like, I try my best to find meaning in my work, but overall find meaning through my family, or I'm working hard to get enough money to feed my child and whatever not, right? So, but the good thing is that you and I suppose, are in the early stage where we have a lot of anger, a lot of just the feeling of unjust, doesn't make sense, I hate it, a lot of these strong emotions. And what I'm doing is I'm channeling it into motivation for myself to work on my content, to really just focus on the creative, the joy of it, and to continuously create content. And hopefully one day I can make it into a viable second income where it can justify my time. I can take off more time from work. Like I can stay for lesser hours at work, find something that is less intensive, and couple it up with my second income, which is the content creation. And I know that a lot of people might find this, might say that, oh, okay, now that you're working, now you're earning money while you're doing this content creation, it might affect your motivations and your perspective of it. And that's true, because some people, once they start earning money from their creative artwork, it can kind of make them become more, I don't know, profit driven, or it can kind of make them lose their initial motivation. But at the end of the day, we are still in this system. We need money, we need to make a living, we need to feed ourselves. So it's a trade-off in that sense, where I rather do something that I enjoy and earn money than do something that I don't enjoy at all. So that's the most important part, because picking between creating content or creating artwork and earning money while going to the same workplace, toxic environment, or whatever it is, and not feeling fulfilled at all, coming back home tired and feel like you have achieved nothing in life. Can I do this for the rest of my life? Absolutely no. But not everything is flowers and roses, right? Because it can be quite tough. Creative work, the barrier to entry is very low. Anybody can do creative work. Trying to make a living out of it is tough. So while I'm still kind of young, even though I'm very old in the Western terms, now I don't have any responsibilities, and I will try to delay any of these responsibilities. I also don't have, I don't want to have a child. So the only, I guess, final stage of life goal is to have a partner, right? So I'm trying to push back that and really focus on creating content to carve out a creative career, whether is it a second income or a full income. The best would be having a full income, right? Otherwise, a second income is not too bad, where I can just create content, have an impact in people's life, entertain, and just do that for the rest of my life. And I can do it when I retired, and at least I feel fulfilled and happy during weekends, or even daily during the weekdays if I'm working on content creation on a full-time basis. Yeah, so that is how I try and fight against this system, and my attempted solution at resolving the fact that I can't believe I'm gonna be doing this same shit every day. I don't feel happy at all. That's how I'm approaching this, and using that anger and just that feeling that, why is this happening to me? I just want to be rich, and then maybe I can just not work at all and do whatever I like, content creation, right? But that's not the case. I'm fucking poor. So this is the approach I'm taking, and hopefully you find yours. Hopefully you find a way out, because this system is not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. The capitalistic system is here to stay. You can't change it, because this is how the world is being powered. I mean, unless you live in North Korea or whatever it is. I mean, but that's not possible, right? So this is what you get, and the only way to move forward really is any situation where you have a bad parent or whatever it is to just accept the situation and work your way within it and around it. So that's my advice.